said there was a good conversation that you had with the offense when they were failing early on, and
Yeah.
you got quite. Talk about what you were feeling and what you said and what impact it had.
Well, I can't really say exactly what I said, if you get my drift, but it was really just the message was we're not operating to the standard that we needed to, especially to the offensive line. The precedent we set, wearing that helmet, wearing that uniform, there's a standard, and I didn't feel like we were upholding that standard. So just challenge them to do that at the highest level. You're in the biggest game of the year right now, so it was our jobs to uphold the standard, and it starts up front. So that was a message to them, and they responded.
John?
Can you talk about how Davis played tonight, your sight, and also the aggressiveness of some of the play calling with Donovan making the throw?
Yeah, I thought it was awesome. That was the challenge, and I wanted our guys to play free, to have fun, the halfback pass. Donovan might be might have the best passing percentage of any quarterback to ever play at Michigan. He's unbelievable when he throws the football, but it was good to see those guys have fun and do that. I thought Davis played well. I think in the first half, he was like 10 of 11, and then ended up being like 13 of 19. So played well. Did some really good things. Missed a couple passes that he wants to have back. But my message to him was, there he is. My message to him was really just Fido, forget it and drive on. If you made a mistake, just keep pushing. I thought he did that. Hey, buddy.
What's up, man?
Where's your shirt? You're embarrassing me. You ready?
Sorry, man.
You're gonna go work out
You
now?
look better than me anyway.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do. I don't get no haircuts. You feel me?
Sherrone, when this week did you realize you guys were going to go to Davis, and how do you think the package with him and Alex worked out this quarterback?
I thought it worked well. At first it was a little slow, and the first couple drives of the half didn't really go the way we wanted to, and that's when the challenge was, set to the O-line, because I thought he was doing a good job with his job to do it. I thought the flow with him and Alex was really good, and Alex, I think he had like 64 yards rushing. He definitely gave us a boost offensively. They try to play a lot more hats in the box, and plus the numbers with the quarterbacks was really good. So I thought both of those guys did a really good job.
Noah?
Yeah, kind of just more on that. The run game with Alex was much more successful this week than it has been in the past. What about it was working so well?
Guys blocked better. Guys, executed at a higher level. They strained, and you can hear it. I think when a good run happens, people don't necessarily hear it. We hear it. So you heard the pads pop, and you saw people get moved and displaced, and that's what you want. It really comes down to moving somebody against their will, and there's nobody better feeling, and that was the challenge to the O-line.
On the left, Wojo?
Jerome, you guys obviously showed composure and discipline during the game. No turnovers, no penalties. At the very end, did a little bit of that get lost with the shoving and stuff?
Yeah, definitely. It was, I told the team it was unacceptable regardless of what happened and how it started. There was guys chirping at us and us responding, and the guy headbutted Colston at the end, and our jobs is to represent this university is not to respond to that, it's to let the refs handle that. So something that we'll handle internally and make sure we take care of. But that's not Michigan football. That's not who we are.
Andrew?
Sherrone, it seemed like a lot of trick plays in this game. Can you give some insight into how those came about getting called and why they were successful tonight?
I always love trick plays. I love different things. I love variation. Because one, these guys are kids, so when you introduce a trick play, they all smile, they all get happy, and especially this one over here. You can see the grin on his face. But it was just, just to change it up. You give them some variation, and it also makes people work for something, work at something, and that's what we want to be able to do, because we've got a lot of them in the bag to have out.
Angelique?
Sure, I was going to ask you what Wojo asked you, but so I'll ask you, was Jack injured last week? Is that why he was unavailable today?
Yeah, Jackson available, yep.
Okay, and I was also wondering about Gentry, brought Lincoln after that. How's Gentry?
I'm not sure. We'll see what the doctors say.
Brad?